Tonight, the Target 12 investigators are taking an in-depth look at the state of our schools. We've learned the average school building in Rhode Island is 60 years old, and the number of students is dropping sharply in many districts. We've already seen plans to close schools in Warwick, where classrooms are expected to be nearly half empty in just 2 years.
And Providence has already closed 5 schools. It's an issue facing districts throughout Rhode Island. Let's get right to Target 12 investigator Walt Buteau with what he's uncovered.
Target 12 talked to educators across the state, and we found out changes in schools are necessary and on the way in several communities. Target 12 has learned there will be empty desks in most Rhode Island school districts in the near future and crumbling classrooms across the state. The Rhode Island Department of Education put together this public schoolhouse assessment. We dug into the data and found out without changes, Warwick schools are projected to be 45% empty by the start of the 2015 school year. Westerly schools could be 48% empty by then. Foster, Gloucester classrooms 52% empty. And overall by 2015, 18 months away, almost 19% of all the state school desks will be empty. Tim Duffy is the executive director of the Rhode Island Association of School Committees.
What they should be doing is planning on how they consolidate some of those schools and those facilities, because it costs a lot to run a school.
We're told another major issue is many districts have not spent enough over the years to maintain their schools.
Renovations.
In Pawtucket, there hasn't been a major school bond in 40 years.
So we have 2 problems to solve. One is conditions and the other is capacity.
One example of aging schools is this beast of a boiler in the basement of Goff Junior High. Expensive to run, but there's no money to replace it. And just last May at Potter Burns Elementary, another problem came tumbling down when a ceiling collapsed.
Right.
That prompted the district to spend over $1 million to shore up other ceilings as well.
And keep in mind this school is almost 100 years old. We were very, very concerned. Safety is absolutely, paramount. This is an investment.
Superintendent Deborah Silke tells us Pawtucket is putting together a 10-year, $243 million plan that includes converting Shea High to a middle school, consolidating the city's 2 high schools into one, while renovating all 16 schoolhouses. Districts used to be able to get financial help from the state, but the General Assembly passed a moratorium in 2011 that suspended almost all state-funded school construction until 2015.
I would be devastated if this moratorium is not lifted, because for Pawtucket there will be no relief.
While taxpayer money to bring older buildings up to date is thin in many communities, Duffy tells us the idea of closing schools or consolidating districts to cut expenses sparks even more raw emotion.
If you did a survey tomorrow, everyone would say, yeah, we need to consolidate on services, municipal, schools. And then when you get right down to it, say, well, we'll start with you. No, consolidate the other guy.
Duffy also points out in the handful of consolidated school districts in Rhode Island, there have been several legal battles over the years. With the Target 12 investigators, Walt Buteau, Eyewitness News.
Our in-depth coverage continues online. You can use our interactive map to check on every school in your district. You can also check on the age of your school building, learn what condition they're in, and see how full the classrooms are in your kid's school. We've got every district in the state covered. It's all online right now at WPRI.com.